missed out on that.
Actually, you got 5 minutes, I'll give you the 2-minute warning.
Should do a form.
Okay. Well, everyone, I want to thank you all for allowing me to present, and thank you for being here so bright and early. My name is Maxine Melissa Welch. I'm the PA, physician assistant, and I'm the director of student health services. Okay, so our mission for student health services is basically to make you academically successful by keeping you healthy. We provide affordable, high-quality medical care to promote healthy lifestyles to achieve and maintain lifelong health and wellness. So how do we see our budget? We see it as, we don't see you all as numbers, we don't see you as students, we see you as patients. But you know, in reality, you're both. You're patients and you're students. So we break our budget down into 2 areas, direct patient care and indirect patient care. So our direct patient care is pretty much our staff. 70% of our budget goes to our salaries. So you can see we have 10 employees. These are full-time employees, including our graduate student, and he is going to continue with us next year. Our graduate student is pretty much our in-house IT facilitator. We have electronic medical records, and it's really difficult to create templates, to tweak our system, to improve it without someone who knows electronic medical records. And our IT personnel just doesn't have the time nor the expertise. And so his name is G, he's from Nepal, he's awesome. He has gone and done training for just our electronic medical records, which is a college-based system. It's not used by any other hospitals or doctor's office. It's a college-based system because college health is a specialty of its own. The rest, direct patient care, so this is the number of patients we have seen to date. So we see quite a few patients. We break it down into actual clinic visits. And immunizations include hepatitis, your flu shots, your MMR, your any type of shot. We give even injectable birth control to females. And we also have an x-ray machine. It's a digital x-ray machine. Indirect patient care, this includes all our medical supplies. So medical supplies are very expensive, and they expire, which is crazy. Even gloves expire. But we go through a lot of supplies. And this includes gloves, condoms, antibiotic ointments. We give a lot of samples to our students. Students come in sick and i.e. with diarrhea, and the last thing we want to do is go to Walmart to get get Imodium or get Pepto-Bismol. So we give a lot of samples, especially during flu season. We don't want our kids going to the community when they have the flu, so we usually have packets of Tylenol, Motrin, Dayquils, and we send them with that because we know that they don't feel good. They don't want to be out in the community, and we don't want them out in the community exposing others to illness. 5% of our money is spent on equipment replacement, repairs. Our digital x-ray machine, that's about a $150,000 machine, so that has to be inspected and calibrated, including our microscopes. They need to be cleaned. We use them quite a bit every single day. Our centrifuges and our urinalysis machine was recently replaced because they were just old and they were not performing up to par. We had them inspected, and they barely passed, so we said let's go ahead and use some money and replace them. And then we also have an online magazine that we cost share with Residents Living and Learning and the Rec Center. It is a digital online magazine. If you haven't had an opportunity to look at it, it's an excellent online magazine. If you go to our homepage, you can find the icon and click on it, and it provides all kinds of information on health, mental health, sexual health, nutrition, exercise, and then if you register with them, they give $1,000 away per month to students throughout the United States. We also do additional, we do outreach. I don't have a health educator, so we're limited as to what we can do. Our goal is to be in the clinic to take care of students, and if we are out networking and programming, then we're not doing what we need to do, is be in-house, take care of students, when they walk in. They need to be seen, they want to be seen, and going out and doing outreach for 4 hours, that means I can't see 15 patients that morning. Okay, so I would love to have a health educator, and that's one of our future goals. But we do, upon request, and these are usually in the evening, we've been asked several times to go to the residence halls and give a presentation or be available if the students have a question regarding their sexual health. And then we recently, I neglected to put this on, we just did a GYT, Get Yourself Tested, where we brought in Dallas County Health Department, and they did free HIV and syphilis testing. And that was awesome. We brought in 211 students came in, and they did that free testing. And the nice thing is, if we have any positive results, they will also provide treatment. In the years past, they were able to do chlamydia and gonorrhea, but they've lost the funding for that. But they're hoping to get funding, and they said they'd be more than happy to come back in the fall and the spring until they lose their funding. So that's really, really awesome. I was really excited with the turnout. So what would be the impact of if we had a budget cut? We would probably not continue with our contract with Student Health 101. And what would we eliminate? We had to possibly free samples.
That's your time, Max. Questions for Max?
Thank you. Love you so. Appreciate your support.
So within your budget that you presented, I guess, within your request, your operating and maintenance did go up roughly $10,000. Was that for the new equipment you got, or just regular maintenance got more expensive?
Regular maintenance got expensive. We have to contract with a company, they're called Stericycle, and Stericycle takes all of our biohazardous away, our biohazardous material away, and they're incredibly expensive. They're like $1,500 a month. Wow. Yeah, and we're renegotiating our contract with them because that is just ridiculous. But we're kind of can't go outside and bury it and kept it in the dumpster. So we have, and then and everything gets more and more expensive.
Were they the same group used by other health service providers within the area?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Dr. Savaji uses them, the hospital uses them. We're looking into getting negotiating a contract that's with a different company that is used by A&M because they're less expensive and definitely, that's a significant amount of money.
So, could you go back to the fact
Stacey? I went that way. Should be that. We should go back.
You gotta get out of that screen first.
Trying to go back.
Issues.
I think for some reason doesn't let you go
The
back.
little arrows things.
You read your question. While we're waiting on Evan's question, I do have one question. You mentioned you all still have your GA, but in your requested 2017, you have a zeroed out line item for that GA line.
We did. He has decided, and that's true, because in the last month, G has decided to return and work on a master's, and then he's going to work on his PhD. Pretty much doesn't want to get back to Nepal, so.
Yeah.
Which
is great.
Max?
this right here? So could you talk about some of the roles that each of these individuals do and therefore are necessary for?
Okay, so we have two PAs, myself and Chandra. Chandra's on a 9-month contract because in the summer it's really slow and we just can't justify having two. So Chandra has a nurse, as I do, and we run 2 separate clinics. So she has 4 rooms, I have 4 rooms, 2 separate halls. And so when my nurse takes a patient in, and she basically does all your vital signs, she puts in the room and asks all your questions, and then she's there for, okay, I need a shot for this patient, this person needs a breathing treatment, this person needs an x-ray, so she will call the x-ray tech to take them to the x-ray room, which is right there in the clinic, and she takes care of the x-ray. The x-ray is sent via secure line to the radiologist in Paris, and then within about 2 to 4 hours we have an x-ray report. Brandy is our x-ray tech. She is not busy all the time, and so she helps float as a receptionist. So we have 2 lines. Gigi is our full-time medical assistant, but she's also a receptionist. And she is the frontline person. You walk in, you see Gigi through the windows, and Gigi is answering the phone, making appointments, doing discharge. And so Brandy is her backup. So they both, work together to answer the phones, discharge patients, get their insurance information. It's a very busy, front desk. About 2 years ago, we started taking insurance because they weren't taking insurance for 120 years. They never took insurance. So we hired an insurance coordinator, and so we now take Blue Cross Blue Shield, United, Aetna, and Cigna. Okay? We're looking into TRICARE, but with TRICARE you have to have someone who's available 24/7 on this, on the premises. So we're not sure about TRICARE. But if there's an insurance that we don't accept, you need an X-ray, or you need your analysis, and they can't do a cash pay, then I just write an order and we send them to the outpatient side of the ER, just down the road, and it works out pretty well. Medical director, that's Dr. Salaji. Dr. By law, I have to have a supervising physician, and by law he has to he has to come in twice a week, review our charts, and spend 10% of his time with us.
You're Dr. Thomas?
Mhm.
Okay.
And it's great because Dr. Tom is just around the corner, so we have, something we're worried about, we'll call him and he'll pop over and help us out. But he is there. He has dedicated time on Wednesdays and on Fridays.
Okay.
And he also fills our category 2 medications, which is our ADD and ADHD medications, and then GA.
So you mentioned y'all do take insurance, so what's the, what do you send the students, I guess, end up having to pay for service provided, or is it like a nominal fee, or is it scaled based on what service they're looking for?
There's no charge to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
So, because your student service fee, pays for that.
Sure.
So you're paying my salary. So there's no charge to be seen. So if they're uninsured, they do need to pay for a urinalysis. We do everything on, we don't charge, we make maybe 50 cents for urinalysis.
Mm-hmm.
For the flu shots, we make nothing. We basically are there for you. We're not there to make money off.
Right, so most things are at cost or very nominal.
Yeah, very nominal.
Sure.
We'd love to, I think healthcare should be free to everyone, but in reality, we have to pay our bills.
Those make sense.
Yeah, that's the sense.
Could you clarify what the longevity request difference is from 3,900 to 5,187?
That's a benefit for every person every year gets additional dollars.
The longer you're on staff, the more,
Yeah,
more longevity.
That's
state.
It is what it is state.
Yeah, the longer you're here, that number will
the number goes up, the more people you have here is longer.
Yeah. Kelly goes for 15 years. I started working as a student when I was in college and at university, and so that helped. That also was to my favorite when I came back to university.
Next, you noted in here, you all are trying to reach out to more of the satellite campuses. How in the world are you going to do that? How does that work?
It is difficult, and we used to do flu clinics, and we would go to different satellite campuses. We would travel, 100 miles,
Right.
and we'd give 2 flu shots. So it just wasn't cost effective. It was expensive, and it would take away from our goals here at the university.
Right.
So we reach out by the online magazine.
Gotcha.
And we try to reach out to the students who are within driving distance regarding our free testing of our HIV and syphilis.
Do you have numbers, the amount of people that access Student Health 101?
Not with me.
No.
It is, I can't find that out, yeah, I can't. I'll get back to you on that.
Because I think that if you were able to present that to us, we'd be able to see the impact. I mean, I understand that when when we're going through the budget, that may be one thing that comes out, if we're able to see kind of a defense or a justification.
Right.
It may make us hesitant to just come back.
Yes. I can't get those numbers to you. I can get them to Tim probably by this afternoon.
Other questions for Max?
Steve, what if you, faculty and staff, and they have to pay co-pay or
Correct.
use insurance, do they have to have the university hospital shield
No.
insurance?
No.
They can.
They can use any of them. If we take their insurance here. we use it.
I guess I'm curious, and this might not even matter today, but why are, I could understand, why, I have a lot of things in my head right now, but why are flu shots free? There's a starter question, why are flu shots free?
They're not free.
Oh, I thought you said that they're provided to all the
It
students.
doesn't cost.
We do it at
A
cost.
cost, excuse me, I missed that, okay, I couldn't figure that out.
If you have insurance, then it's free.
Okay,
And you don't, it's $20. Would love them to.
yeah, that was, I couldn't figure out why, okay, I'm done.
So just because I'm curious, where do you buy your medical equipment from? There's,
We have to have a contract through the university. We get it through, it's called McKinson. And it's in Fire Bid.
Other questions for Max?
Great. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.